Psychology of people who are not interested in other people. You can go days, sometimes weeks, without missing people. Parties feel like obligations. Small talk feels like noise. Even close relationships sometimes feel like more effort than you have to give. And you've always wondered, is something wrong with me? Psychology says no. Trait 1, they crave depth, not volume. People who aren't interested in others aren't actually anti-people, they're anti-surface. Research on social motivation shows that a significant portion of the population is driven not by broad social connection, but by deep, selective bonding. They don't find casual interaction rewarding, they find it hollow. The hunger for depth means that most social environments, where conversation stays light, where people perform rather than connect, feel like eating food with no nutritional value. They're not uninterested in people, they're uninterested in that version of people. Trait 2, most people drain them. For these individuals, most social interaction is genuinely neurologically draining. Neuroscience research on introversion shows that introverted and low social interest brains process social stimulation through a more energy-intensive neural pathway, using more of the prefrontal cortex, which requires more effort and depletes faster. This means that after a conversation, even a pleasant one, many people in this group feel genuinely exhausted in a way that others simply don't. It's not that they dislike people, it's that being around people costs them something that takes time to replenish. Trait 3, they live richly internally. People who aren't interested in others are almost always deeply engaged with their own inner world. Ideas, creativity, reflection, imagination, solitary pursuits that bring genuine fulfillment. Psychologist Elaine Aron's research on highly sensitive and deeply introverted people found that this group consistently shows richer internal processing, stronger imagination, deeper emotional memory, more complex self-reflection. They're not empty because they don't need people around. They're full in a way that doesn't require an audience. Trait 4, they've outgrown performative connection. Many people in this group have simply outgrown the need to be liked by everyone. In early life, social approval drives behavior for most people. But as certain individuals mature, particularly those with high self-awareness, the need for broad social acceptance fades. What remains is a much smaller, much higher standard. Do I actually connect with this person, or am I just performing connection because I'm supposed to? This is not coldness. This is the psychological maturity of someone who has stopped outsourcing their sense of worth to other people's approval. Trait 5, past betrayal created present detachment, and perhaps the most human one. Many people who are uninterested in others were once very interested and got hurt for it. They were trusting and were betrayed. They were open and were taken advantage of. They invested deeply in people who left, lied, or used their vulnerability as a weapon. So the interest didn't die naturally, it was extinguished, one disappointment at a time. Psychologists call this relational withdrawal, a protective adaptation where the emotional system, after repeated loss, simply stops generating the same level of interest in new connection. It's not indifference, it's a scar. Trait 6, they connect deeply, and this is important. People who aren't interested in most people are often the most intensely loyal, deeply present people in the lives of the few they do let in. The same selectivity that makes most social interaction feel pointless means that when they do choose someone, they choose completely. They remember everything, they show up fully, they love without performing. Because for them, connection was never about quantity, it was always about whether it was real. There's a video on this channel about people who always feel alone, even in a room full of people. If this one resonated, that one will reach something even deeper. It's on your screen.